Good morning. Well, it's morning here. I don't know where you are, but where we are, it's early in the morning. I'm drinking coffee out of my custom mug. And it's another episode of Dakar Rally Daily with Jesse Ziegler and
Quinn Cody.
Are you Quinn Cody still?
I'm still here.
Well, that's good.
Somehow I keep coming back for more.
You're a glutton for punishment.
Man.
Well, today's a pretty exciting day in Dakar Rally world. We got actually into real stage of racing. We're not in a prologue anymore. We're on the gas, doing big kilometers. Stage one was a big one too, right? It was 400 and some K a special.
Yeah.
Ooh,
brutal.
It's a big.
Long day for the guys. I think we had 414 kilometers of special today. And we got some crazy action. But I think first we're going to quickly talk about our sponsors.
For sure. And I don't know if we need to do the mileage conversion for our American audience still. They can Google it.
I operate on the metric system now. I'm fully converted.
Quinn's full euro.
Don't ask me inches or fractions or anything like that.
Inches or feet or
it's millimeters.
Oh, okay. You're very precise. That's why I have you on the show. You're the precise. So the 2024 Dakar Rally Daily is brought to you by Climb. They're our title sponsor every year. Today's OEM manufacturer is Husqvarna, which makes awesome adventure travel, dual sport, motocross bikes. I saw their race team yesterday at Anaheim One Press Day. It looked pretty cool. I like the Husqvarna look. Looks pretty fancy.
Husqvarna's the new factory edition is pretty sick.
Yeah, it is.
For sure.
It's fancy. It's like KTM Quinn, but fancier.
Yeah.
You work on Husqvarnas too, yeah?
I do. I work on everything.
Norden.
KTM, Husqvarna, Gas.
Norden 901. Did you do a lot of development for that thing?
Yeah, we worked on the Norden quite a bit. You know, it's built kind of on the same platform as the KTM 890 Adventure R, but definitely a little more comfort focused, a little more of a travel bike, and
yeah,
I
like the way it looks.
I really enjoy riding that bike.
Me too.
Actually.
It's like cool.
You know, when you're on the highway and you pull up behind someone with those like triple headlights, they just move out of your way. It's great.
Great.
I think you're a cop.
Yeah, they think you're a cop. Cop bike. If you want a cool cop bike, check out the Norden 901.
Yes, sir.
Rally Navigator, again, we got a lot of comments about how cool Rally Navigator is on yesterday's video and podcast. It is cool. Go check it out. Super cool. Shout out to everybody else that's sponsoring us today. What happened today, Quinn?
So today we had an interesting shakeup. Actually, after the prologue yesterday, all the top riders, top 10, got to choose their own starting position.
Yeah.
So generally, the guys who win the prologue choose to start in back. I want to say Tosha Schareina chose to start in 18th or something like that.
Which makes sense. That makes sense. Then you don't have to lead out the stage. You can follow some track, take it easy, gain some time on some people. You're not going to lose a lot of time.
Yep. And Skylar Howes, who had a really bad prologue yesterday, was kind of assuming that he was going to have to start first and lead out the stage. He was pretty bummed about that.
Yeah.
But then when it came time for Mason Klein to pull his starting position, he chose number 1.
Just unheard of. People don't choose to lead many stages of the Dakar Rally ever.
No, especially stage 1.
Especially stage 1. Like nothing's started yet. You have nothing but time to lose at this point.
But Mason, he's a different sort of guy. You know, he's not your typical rally racer, and it kind of goes, if you listen to our pre-race interview with him, it kind of goes back to what he was saying is he feels more comfortable leading and not having other people around him and not having to charge from the back of the pack and deal with other people's tracks. He can do his own navigation, and he feels more comfortable in that position.
Yeah, he did say that. And he also said that he was going to not do that. He said, I need to get better at riding in the mid pack or in the back and following. But he just can't get out of his head. He knows what he wants to do and he goes and does it. I'm going to pull up the map today, live tracking map for a video. And that's Mason, that little triangle with his name on it.
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube.
If you're watching on YouTube.
Basically, Mason went and led from start to finish and collected a whole bunch of bonus time. I think he had over 6 minutes of bonus time and, ended up finishing third on the stage. So Pretty incredible ride. That doesn't happen very often, where a guy leads start to finish in a stage of the Dakar without getting caught. And he was really kind of pulling away from all the guys that were behind him.
Yeah, it seems like there was
near him, I should say.
Yeah, near him. They never saw him, as far as we could tell. He just blitzed away and grabbed every one of those bonus points. Bonus points, for those of you that are new, the ASO organizers of the race implemented a bonus opening stage, or an opening bonus scheme into this race last year.
Yep.
And basically it incentivizes people to race the whole race because you can get extra time if you're in the front opening waypoints. And they're modifying it a little bit, but you can probably explain that a little better than I can.
Yeah. So what it was designed to do is, it's always a penalty to lead out a stage. And especially when you get into the sand dunes, guys were losing 15, 20 minutes by leading out. And so what we saw was guys sandbagging, trying not to finish in front so that they didn't have to lead. So to equalize things, the ASO implemented this like 1 second per kilometer of bonus time. And so basically every kilometer that you're in front leading, you gain an extra second.
Yeah, so it gives you considerable amount of time at the end of the stage if you grab, half of those or some of those. And Mason got
a lot.
All of them today.
Yeah.
He didn't leave any bonus points for anybody else to play with today.
Nope.
So the results today kind of shake out like this. We have Ross Branch had a really strong ride and ended up taking the stage win. He pulled, a 10-minute gap over second place today, which is
massive.
Really strong ride. Yeah. Really strong ride by Ross.
And there were some other factors involved there. Ross actually stopped for a down teammate, and I think he was stopped for about 25 minutes. And so basically the whole field went by him and opened the stage for him, and then he was able to just charge from that point on. And but he was actually already leading on time when he stopped. So
yeah, the speed was there.
Away from him.
Yeah, the speed was there.
Yeah,
he was making it happen. Joaquim Rodriguez, his teammate, went down and ended up withdrawing from the race, and he had to, didn't have to, but he stopped to assist him, and they give him the time back, which is good. But he did put in a great ride for Hero Motorsports. Ricky Braybeck, American, stepped up from yesterday's stage and got second place. Like I said, about 10, 11 minutes back. You can see it on the screen if you're watching on YouTube. And then Mason Klein leading the stage, and thanks to some bonus points, but also just sheer speed.
Yeah,
finished third overall on the stage.
He was motoring along. I mean, he was 11 minutes back, and really, I mean, if you look at the top 10, he still finished inside the top 10 if you take away all his bonus points. So yeah, his speed is there.
His speed is there, and the speed on the Kove is there. We got some quotes coming up from him, but let's get through this top 10. Bradley Cox, his teammate from a couple of years ago in the Rally 2 class when they were both on the Bass Trucks team, he ended up fourth today, which is probably his strongest stage finish that I can remember. I don't know if I've seen Brad Cox up there that far.
No, Brad. He's a fast young guy from South Africa, son of the kind of famous rally racer Alfie Cox.
Yep.
Who's, raced on the bike and the truck for years, and he's really. He hasn't been able to really put things together the last couple of years. He's got a lot of speed, and so it looks like this year he's put himself in a good position.
Yeah, it's great to see him up there. Fifth place, Nacho Cornejo, our Monster Energy Honda buddy, Ricky Braybeck's roommate usually in the motorhome. So a couple Hondas in the top 5 already. Again, their multiple bike strategy is putting a lot of bikes in good positions so far.
Yeah, for sure. And Nacho had a great ride. He's sitting in a really good spot. I think going in tomorrow, he should be right there.
Then Romain Dumontier, a French rider on a Husqvarna, he got 6th today. Strong ride from him. Similarly, Lorenzo Santolino on the Sherco, so a factory Sherco in the top 10, which is really cool. The factory Sherco team's really, really cool looking bikes. Sherco's kind of a boutique brand, but it's cool to see them have a real factory effort here.
Yep.
And we've talked about them in the past, but it's good to see them in the top 10. Then we got KTM guys creeping in factory. Kevin Benavides finished 8th today. Daniel Sanders in 9th. Mishek, he's a privateer guy. We've talked about him in the past too. He's from Czech. He's 10th place today, and that's top 10. A lot of names missing out of that top 10 that we thought were going to be in there.
Yes, there definitely are. And, one of them is our prologue winner, Tosha Schareina.
Yeah.
it sounds like he had a crash today, and maybe broke his arm or something. So
yeah, damaged limb somewhat there. Really, the two top headlines there is Mason choosing to lead the stage, and then Tosha going out.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
And Tosha's he's a really fast guy, but man, I watched the highlights from the prologue, and he was hanging it out yesterday. And
you thought maybe
I was like, when I watched it, I'm going, ooh, he's riding over his head. He's gonna crash.
It's going too fast.
And then there's a video posted by the organization today of him saving a pretty big one. And he got lucky there, but I don't think it was much further into the stage that he didn't get quite as lucky. So too bad for him. He was an exciting rider, and it's a bummer to see him go out so early.
For sure. After we get through the results, we got some updates from our correspondent on the ground. There's something to say about how early these guys get up and how long they race for every day, and it's not an it's not an insignificant feat to even get out there and do this. And we actually got some POV in their face video footage while they're lined up at like 4:30 in the morning today, and you can tell that people are thinking about the topics we just talked about. So I'm going to pull up some of those videos now.
Yeah, some really cool stuff from Anthony this morning before the start.
All right, first up, we have Sam Sunderland lined up at the start of the race today. Let's hear what he has to say.
Sam, first early morning, how you feeling?
Yeah, good mate. First day is always a lot of excitement, let's say, and a lot of feelings. So yeah, just looking forward to get stuck into it, and after last year, obviously get through the stage and take it from there really.
You picked a spot. What was your strategy?
Yeah, I tried to do sort of the best prologue I could, so I had the preference over the choice. I finished up 6th, which I'm alright with. It was pretty hectic for a prologue, to be honest. It was just 27k, but there was a bit of all sorts in there, and always tricky in the prologue because it's like you roll the dice of how hard you push to how much you have to navigate, and whoever just goes all in on the tracks tends to get a better time. But I'm pretty happy with it, and yeah, I chose to start a little bit back today and hopefully can benefit from some of the lines in front. It's the first day of the race, and no one's sort of in the rhythm of navigation just yet, so yeah, let's see how we go.
What do you think of Mason pulling number 1?
I'm not sure if it's brave or stupid, but anyway, hats off to the kid. He's going to start out front today, and it's brave.
Right on. Good luck out there.
Thanks, Matt.
Brave indeed.
Yeah.
It worked out. Boldness paid off today for Mason.
Definitely worked out, and Sam he finished 14th today, so he's sitting in a pretty good position going into tomorrow. And I think it was really important to him to get through stage 1. He had a big crash last year on stage 1, so I think he had a lot of that playing on his mind, that he wants to kind of ease into this rally this year. It's a tough one, so he's definitely
He's taking his time.
Yeah,
taking his time, racing hard, but you can clearly see that his face when he asked him about Mason, he was just like, well, this is a strange decision by Mason. And that theme continues. We have more videos that'll show that.
Yeah, it's just going against everything that these guys know, right? They're seasoned rally racers, and they know how to play the game, and they're like, wait, what?
What?
Okay.
Disruption. Full disruption. Here's Toby and Ricky talking about it too this morning.
That's good for him, dude. But then, yeah, you'll be interested.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Not the call you would have made there?
Sorry?
Not the call you would have made, obviously?
No, definitely not the first day, but hey, credit to him. He's got some thing on him, and yeah, we'll see. We might eat our words today, so that we'll find out, but it's cool. Cool to see.
Everybody's pretty careful not to talk too much crap about the decision either. Toby's smart. He's like, we might eat our words today, so let's just see what happens.
And they kind of did. I mean, Mason finished a good 15 minutes in front of Toby, so
that's a impressive ride.
Yeah, Very impressive.
It's hard to beat those guys. And we said before, he got 6 minutes of bonus time today. You take those 6 minutes out, he's in 9th place, ahead of Daniel Sanders.
Yeah, but, Toby Price, he's a veteran. Stage one, again, easing into things. So we have a little bit of a swing going on already. We have the young guys out trying to get out front and lead it early. And then we have the veterans kind of hanging back and letting the race come to them. Yeah,
that is something we should probably say is like there's a lot of things that can happen day by day here, and you can make big moves in a day, but it's not even a 5-day race. It's a 13-day race. Yes. And that's just, some things are unsustainable and some things will just be proven out there, but
a lot is going to happen.
A lot.
Things are going to happen to Mason.
Things are going to happen to everybody.
Yes.
There's more of these great videos we got. Let's bring up Ross Branch, today's stage winner, because A, he's awesome, and B, he's got some good stuff to say.
Russ, great to meet you and hear that infectious laugh in person. How you feeling?
Yeah, good. Day one is always the nerves are there, but excited for today. Going to go have some fun and just enjoy it. Happy to be here. Happy to be at another start of Dakar and looking forward to a long one.
How did you pick yesterday?
Picked 18th just because there's a few lines, and it's a little bit easier to get into it when with not such hard navigation. So at least we've got a couple of lines in front of us and makes today a little easier.
How do you think everybody in the sort of GP is feeling about today? Like, what's the general
I think
vibe?
everybody's got some nerves, but everybody's really excited and the speed is so high. So, yeah, we just got to go out there, give it our best shot. It's going to be a long one. I think everybody's going to be full gas every day. So, yeah, it'll be cool to see.
I've seen a little bit about the Hero. Any sort of big news or big updates?
Yeah, not at the moment, we haven't changed much. We've just, perfected the small little issues that we had from last year. So, yeah, the bike is good. I've done a lot of training back home in Namibia and Botswana. So, yeah, looking forward to no problems this year.
And are these your lucky pants?
For sure. It puts a smile on everyone's face, and that's what racing's about. Make everybody happy. That's what we're here for.
Let's see him. Happy face. Awesome. Good luck.
Thank you.
That's why we like Ross Branch.
He's great.
Such a happy dude.
He's if you're listening to the podcast and not watching on YouTube, he was wearing a set of happy smiley face pajama pants over his riding gear. So these guys are all bundled up in the morning, by the way, getting ready to take off. So it's, probably 5 a.m. in the dark and it's cold this time of year in Saudi. So they have to ride a good, 150 kilometers to the start of the stage. And yeah, they're all bundled up and trying to stay warm.
Yeah. And there's just so much activity going on. You can hear all the bikes behind them, everybody's idling basically at this start line in the desert on the edge of this moving city. And they just kind of head off on a little transfer in the dark till they get to the start of the special. And they have to do that every day.
Yeah.
It's a lot of early mornings.
Yes, it is. And it seems to never end.
Oh, jeez. You want to do Ricky from the start?
Yeah, we got a little video of Ricky we could play real quick. Or,
yeah, here's one of Ricky too, because he's awesome.
Yeah, and Ricky had a really good day.
Ricky Brayback, first somewhat early morning. How you feeling?
Yeah, first stage of the Dakar Rally 2024. Not sure how we're feeling, the prologue you can pick, the top 10 guys can pick in the rally category, and unfortunately I wasn't able to get a starting position, so it was kind of just flip-flop for me, but I feel like at the end of the day we're actually in a pretty good spot because today's a big stage, and it's more my style terrain, rocky and fast and dusty, but yeah, all the guys are starting behind me, but the gap's at 2 minutes now in the from 10 to 20. So if I do lose time, it won't be that much, hopefully. But yeah, looking forward to it. Today's the first special for the Dakar, so let's see how it goes, and we'll catch you guys later.
So the top 10 guys didn't have to pick a spot in the top 10. They could pick a spot anywhere.
Yeah, so the top 10 Rally GP riders can pick a starting position in the Rally GP cat, like out of all Rally GP. So, yeah, I picked, well, I didn't really pick. I finished 13th, and now I'm starting 11th, but everyone wanted to pick 12th, 13th, and 14th. So they're all just behind me. So at the end of the day, it's not terrible, but we'll see what happens today. I mean, it's a big stage, but a lot can happen in the first day. So the plan for today is just to honestly just kind of relax and just get to the finish, you know, not push too hard, but, you know, not lose too much time, just to kind of see the rhythm of the game. But yeah, for today, just going to cruise, get to the finish line, and see kind of how things are taking up.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Interesting to see his starting position and where everybody wants to be. You take Mason out of the equation. Most people wanted to be 12 to 13 today, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't hurt him really starting in what was it, 11th. So, I mean, he finished second on the day, and, you know, lost a chunk of time to Ross Branch, but he kept everybody else behind him.
Yeah, like you said before we played his clip, really strong day today. He made up on time and second overall today. And as we get into the general classification standings, we're so early in the race. Basically, the way people finish today is kind of their overall standings, right?
Yeah. And, you know, this result with Ross Branch, he's almost 11 minutes ahead of second, and they credited him back some time.
Sure.
And a part of me is kind of questioning a little bit of this, because he was so much faster, right? Like 10 minutes on second place, and then everybody else is pretty tight. So these results are still provisional, and they could change slightly depending on what what the ASO does. Sometimes they adjust things or whatever.
And they have like a jury that decides these things. If another team comes in with a complaint saying, hey, he shouldn't have got 25 minutes, just give him 15, he's still going to be leading by 3 minutes. Like, that's too much time. I mean, who knows?
I don't know how long he was stopped, and the whole deal. But man, 10 minutes to put 11 minutes on everyone in the field.
Mm-hmm. It's a big
deal.
It's a big day.
Yeah.
There you can see the standings if you're looking, but literally pretty much exactly the way they finished today. Ross Branch is leading the rally. Ricky Brabeck's in second. Mason Klein's in third. Nacho moves up a spot into fourth. Bradley Cox is in fifth. And, all the way down to the top 10 is pretty much standard, but a lot of racing to go, and it's just getting started, and we love it. All right, we should probably interrupt everybody for a quick minute and talk some more sponsor stuff quickly. We're not going to take a lot of time, but our sponsors make this happen. Also, they're amazing motorcycle-based companies that we can endorse without the sponsorship.
These guys are the real deal.
And they're making it happen, man. They're making our fun ideas happen. They're making it so more people learn about rally, which is our goal here. We just want to get the word out, get more people talking about it, and even interacting with it in our Dakar Fantasy Derby game. You can do that thanks to MotoMinded. MotoMinded.com. You will find cool things for your dirt bike there. I guarantee it. You can upgrade a headlight easily. They fit perfectly. They're adjustable. He's got all the other gadgets and stuff too. And then Giant Loop Moto, we're talking bags for bikes. Cool stuff. Fast Company, good parts for bikes. More focused on the lighter, smaller bikes, but they're moving in more and more adventure fitments too for the foot pegs and their flex bars. And then High Desert Adventures, our buddy Ace up there in Oregon. Lots of really cool rides he can take you on, plus race support. Very cool.
Awesome. Thanks to all you guys, and go support the guys that are supporting us, keeping this thing coming.
Yeah, even Jimmy Lewis Off-Road. You can even support him despite our best chance, like our best efforts to just knock him down. He keeps coming back up.
I know. But if you want to learn how to navigate or properly ride a dirt bike, then he's your guy.
His quote is, just be a better person by learning how to ride your motorcycle better. That's what he can do for you. So check it out, jimmylewisoffroad.com. Sign up for newsletters on all these people, and you'll get new updated information. Now that the race is wrapped up, I think we counted most of the people have finished after 8-9 hours of racing now.
Yep.
We were keeping an eye on Kyle McCoy specifically, one of our, original by Motul or Mali Moto guys. He came in at 8 hours and 45 minutes or something like that. So he's finished in safe as we can tell.
Yeah, it looks like Kyle made it in. We're kind of waiting on him, and I don't think we're going to get a quote from him today.
He's probably kind of tired.
There's another American out there, Weston Carr, And looks like he finished, gosh, I can't quite find him in the results, but I know he had a respectable finish today. And I don't know anything about this guy. So any friends of Weston out there,
give us a shout.
Feel free to send us us a message on Instagram. Let us know some background about him, because it's kind of a mystery.
Yeah, mystery. We love mystery.
Yeah,
we love mystery and drama here.
Good stuff.
Let's get some post-race interviews. We got some quotes coming in from people. Here's our favorite racer of the day, Mason Klein, and his crazy ideas, giving us his quote of the day. So here's Mason.
What up, podcasters? This is Mason Klein coming at you from the Stage 1 finish bivouac. It was a crazy day. I finished in one piece. It was really rocky. My tires were completely bald at the end. Rims don't look too bad. Unfortunately, there are some little dings here and there. Put a big hole in the skid plate, which put a big dent in my exhaust. And I lost a lot of time because I was really low on power near the end. And yeah, and I made a navigation mistake near the end, so that doesn't help. But opening the stage was really nice, and
you didn't lose that much time.
No. I mean,
relatively speaking, he made time today.
Finished behind him today, and it's a little insight into how hard he's pushing, though, because obviously smashing exhaust, smashing wheels, he's going for it.
Yeah, he's pinning it. He's got something to prove out there.
I think it's that contrast between the veterans that we're talking about, Toby and Sam, and these guys that are rolling in pretty conservative this year, and Mason's rolling in on the gas, ready to race, kind of like he did last year.
He's got nothing to lose, it seems, and he's only got things to gain. That's his mindset, I think.
Yeah, and I think anything from now is extra credit for him, right? He made it to the starting line. He doesn't know anything about that bike. He doesn't know if it's going to stop running today or if it's going to run the whole rally or his frame's going to stretch. He doesn't know. So he has enough exhaust pipes and wheels to get him through the rest of the race.
Yeah, it could come down to not having enough parts. His quote from the organization today was, "This was my third time riding the bike."
Yeah.
Could you ride a bike a third time and win a stage at Dakar?
No. Maybe when I was 22 years old.
And had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Well, good job, Mason. We are pumped that you're out there doing it. Here's one from Ricky Brayback, which is great.
Yeah, today was tough. Yesterday in the briefing they said it'd be physical demanding and long, and I mean they were right for sure. It was long, it was tricky, and it was rocky. I started a little bit in the back today, but that only helped for a little bit. Then I was up front with my teammates Skylar and Nacho, and I think we pushed really hard all the way to the finish, and the result is good. So I'm looking forward to seeing how everyone else finishes. It was definitely a tough day, and the bike didn't touch the ground, so I think the mechanic's gonna be happy.
Did you see what happened to Tosha?
No, I don't. No, he was behind us. I have no idea what happened. I have no information. Nothing.
Because he crashed, get injured. Wrist injury.
Ah, dang. Yeah, it sucks for a teammate to go out on the first day, but hey, today was not easy. Today it was survival for sure. A lot of stones, and I mean I don't think the team was going too fast. I mean, some areas we were going fast, some areas we were just riding smooth, but I think we did a good job. We got to the finish, and that was goal number 1. Goal number 2 is I don't even have a goal number 2. Let's get to rest day.
Traps?
The navigation was tricky for sure. There was many notes like really close together. A lot of notes though were like kind of cap average, but a lot of tracks going left and right, straight. So it was hard to pick the good one, but we did a good job. I made a couple mistakes, but my team was with me the whole time, so we were kind of able to help each other out. And I think this was what the team's for. So good job to them, and I can't thank them enough. It was fun day.
It was a team stage.
100% team stage. Yeah.
100% team stage. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool to hear. And Ricky sounds pretty relaxed and kind of, composed.
Really does. Yeah.
Yep. And to finish second on the stage is really good. We see kind of on the other side of things, Toby and Sam and these guys that are quite a ways back. And I think the terrain suits what Ricky's background is, right? Coming from the California desert, he's comfortable in this terrain, and it's very similar to when he won in 2020. He came in and he had a solid start to the rally and got in the lead and just held it the rest of the way.
Yeah, very good terrain for Ricky and Mason. Mason said it's his style of terrain. Anybody in the West Coast of the United States seems to be more comfortable in this stuff, but not everybody was comfortable out there today, like you mentioned. No. And Skyler specifically on the results is showing 22nd overall, I think.
Yep.
He started second, not a desirable traditional Dakar Rally start position, but he got hung out. He made a big navigation mistake, his words, on his Instagram post. He hasn't responded to us today, rightfully so. And then just couldn't recover from that. And it sounds like he got caught by Nacho and Ricky and just rode with them. And by that time, he had lost the time.
Yeah. So it looks like he lost about 39 minutes today to Ross Branch. So
to the leader.
29 minutes kind of on the rest of the pack on Ricky and these guys. So, tough way to start the rally for sure is to drop almost 40 minutes in the first stage. But, he's a strong dude, and I think he'll be back and ready to battle it out. Yeah,
for sure. Toby Price isn't that much better off than he is right now. Toby's sitting 23 minutes off of Branch. And so, he's 10 minutes in front of Skyler, but still not a great start to the rally for Toby in all honesty.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're all just kind of letting it come to them and being patient, but they're playing a different strategy. Maybe some guys are being a little more patient than other guys. I don't think Skyler wanted to be back that far.
No.
I think Toby's pretty comfortable with where he's sitting right now. And, they see, obviously Ross Branch rode a crazy ride today, right? To put really that much time on everybody. But it's hard to sustain that for 13 days. So I think they're counting on these guys losing time later in the race. And also Ross has to open a big stage tomorrow.
He does. He does have to open another stage. We can get right into that. I did want to touch on Daniel Sanders has a pretty good quote today describing, his personal setup with the bike and also sort of strategy, I think, too. So here's Daniel Sanders after the race today. He had a little bit better finish. He's still in the top 10, but not a stage win or anything like that for him.
Yeah, it was rock and roll out there, mate. I loved it. I definitely wish I set the bike up a little different for today. It was punishment out there. It's a good way to knock us around the first day of Dakar. It feels like we've done 5 days already anyway. For me to come off the injury and straight into that was brutal, but I just didn't want to crash, so that was the priority, and I finished in a not too bad spot. So I'm happy to make it to the finish line without any scratches, so that's good.
So it was a good test, physical test.
I would have preferred nice and easy, but it's good to know where the bike is. So we'll make some changes tonight and try and adapt it for the rest of the race. Yeah.
Looking for some more comfort maybe out of that platform.
Yeah,
sounds like.
Daniel, he runs his stuff really stiff. I've ridden it, and he wants it to hold up in the sand because he's a really good sand rider, and that's where he makes a lot of his time. But when you ride the sand, you want a fork that doesn't move much. You want it to be really rigid. But when you get into the rocks, it's kind of a penalty, right? Because you don't have any comfort, and so the thing's just beating you up all day. And I can see where he wouldn't be happy with that base setting.
Yeah,
in those kind of rocks.
Sounds like the second half of that stage had lava rock everywhere, which is like a scary rock to ride in because they're sharp rocks. Yes. Jacob Argebright on his Instagram post today said he's never seen that many rocks in the Dakar stage, and he actually liked it. And he finished pretty strong today. He finished 18th, I think.
Yeah.
So good to see that American up there.
Yeah, good ride for Jake, and he's kind of creeping into the top 20, and that's where I feel like a guy like that should be. He's a former national hare and hound champion, and so I don't think we've really seen his full potential in rally yet. So it'll be good to get him up there in the mix.
Yeah, he sounds comfortable on the Honda he's racing, which is a cool other program too to talk about as that develops. Honda sort of rental bike with based on a 450RX. So tomorrow's stage, let's jump right into that, I think. Unless you have more info you want to share.
Do we want to get a quote from Ross? Did we have that? Or
a post quote from Ross, maybe?
Maybe. I mean, he is our stage winner, right?
We should talk to the stage winner. Yeah, I think I have something from Ross.
It was a really tough day. I think they threw everything they had at us this first stage of this Dakar. But, racing isn't everything. So when you see one of the competitors lying on the floor, it's the best thing to stop and wait with them and make sure that they're okay. And I hope he gets well soon and is back on the bike. He's a really good guy, a really good rider, and you never like to see your friends like that. So it's no problem for me, We had to stop and help, and that's what we're there for. If it was me that online on the ground, I'm sure he would stop and help me. So all in all, it was a good day, nice and long day, really challenging. Like I said, they threw everything at us. Even starting further back, the navigation was tough, but I enjoyed it. It was good fun, and the first 400K is the first proper stage under the belt, and feeling good for tomorrow.
Yeah, and maybe you
First 400K under your belt. Guess what you have to do tomorrow?
Yes,
another 400 kilometers. Actually, more tomorrow. About 50 kilometers more. It's 463 kilometer total special stage, plus another 192 kilometers of liaison. It's a big day tomorrow. After a beatdown.
That is a big day for sure. And you can see it looks like there's a couple neutralization sections in there. So maybe there's a few of those kilometers that are on the pavement. It looks like they have a transfer, maybe 30, 40 kilometers of that is transfer stage in the middle. But still, it's going to be a long day.
Not a lot of free miles out there in this Dakar where you're just cruising for no consequence. You are pushing it every day.
And they're saying 77% dirt track. So it's not going to be much of it. There is 8% dune, but it looks like it's going to be more of a road race tomorrow.
Not as rocky.
It'll be as rocky. It doesn't seem to show. It says 1% stony track. So we'll see. Ross is taking off first, so we'll see what he can do leading out.
Yeah.
So be
bonus
interesting.
Time. It will be interesting. We're out of the picking your starting order scenarios. We're out of your inverted starts. Now it's how you finish the day. You start the next day. So Ross won today. He will lead tomorrow early. Ricky Brayback will be right behind him, and Mason's going to be behind Ricky. And that'll be interesting to see how those top three deal with chasing those bonus points. Because really, you have to make a decision. Are you going to go for those bonus points and get the minutes at the end of the day, or are you going to?
I mean, you have no choice.
You have to go.
You're in front. You got to go for those bonus points. You get every one of those you can. And this is the other thing is Ricky and Mason are going to be right behind him.
Yeah.
So one little mistake, one little navigation error for Ross, and he's got those guys coming, and they're going to be fighting to get in front to get those bonus points.
And the new bonus point structure this year, they will share. The lead group will share bonus points if they get to those waypoints as a group within 15 seconds of each other.
Yeah, I think 15 seconds.
So if you're in a group that's within 15 seconds of each other, you'll each get a bonus point or second at every kilometer that's they're available.
Yeah, and that works in the dune stages. I don't know on a dirt road stage like this, probably not, because the dust is going to be hanging for,
You'll never get within 15 seconds of someone, basically.
I don't see, unless it's a lot of like off track virgin stuff, you're probably not going to see guys riding really, really close to each other until they get into the dunes.
Got a good insight. I like that. You know what else I like is guessing how good I am at Dakar Rally predictions. Turns out not as good today as I was yesterday.
No.
How about you? How were you today?
I'm horrible today. I did not get one pick correct. I guessed the top 10 and Nope. I didn't even make the leaderboard.
That just goes to show you how crazy today's stage was, kind of, because traditionally, if we would have picked guys in 10th through 15th place to get in the top 5 that have that potential, at least one of them.
Yeah.
But you got 0.
0.
I at least got 1. So I'm not as bad as you are. Some fun names here that we know in the top positions at the Dakar Rally Daily Fantasy Derby. Go to chainslayer.com/Dakar to get started. It doesn't matter when you start, by the way. You can start anytime and you'll be in the contention.
Every day. You can play one day a week. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's free.
But Kelly, this is moto-minded Kelly. She's in top 5. Look at that.
Okay. Well,
then,
a little sponsor there might.
Yeah, maybe that's from moto-minded. Yeah, good idea.
Who won today, though? What do we got?
Oh, yeah, Pedro Bermudez. Look at this guy.
Pedro, where's he from?
I don't know. Where's that flag from?
Ooh, that's a good one. Is that
Venezuela.
Venezuela. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Thanks, Radek, for putting the name of the countries after I touched the flag. That was my request last year because I couldn't tell what these flags were.
Yeah.
Top American, Nathan. Good job, Nathan. Lynn Biggs, nice work. Ooh, look at this. Belgium.
Where's Jolie from?
Belgium.
Yep. Okay.
Good job. All right. People I care about. My brother. You better not beat me today. Oh, Ace.
He beat you.
He did? Oh, Ace is in top 15. Another sponsor of the show. Jeez, this is embarrassing. I still don't. Oh, no. This is terrible.
Jessica Ziegler.
Somebody told my wife to play.
And she beat you.
She plays one day and she's almost in the top 20.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't hard to do today.
And my brother beat me. Where am I at?
You're going to have to get over to chainslayer.com/Dakar.
I'm still scrolling. Still scrolling.
Jesse's over here still scrolling. He's
oh my gosh.
About the podcast.
59th place, people. 59th place. Yeah, you're going to want to play that game. It's fun.
Yeah. And
it's free.
It would have been really easy to beat me today. You just have to get even close on one pick.
Well, try to beat Quinn, try to beat Jesse, try to beat your friends on our Dakar Fantasy thing. Tomorrow's stage, big one coming up. What else do we got going, Quinn?
Yeah, I mean, thanks again to our man in the bivouac, Anthony Bonello. Yeah. He's unfortunately he got in a little late today, and so we didn't get a ton of stuff, but we're going to be posting some videos from him up on our Instagram, some bonus content. So get over to Dakar Rally Daily on Instagram.
Some
and
really cool stuff.
Some bonus stuff, bonus clips from Mason and Bradley Cox and a few other guys. I think what's going on is the internet's a bit slow in the bivouac today, so we're having a little technical difficulty, but we're going to keep it going.
We're getting it done somehow. I know one post you're going to want to see is Mason Klein's tire from after that stage.
Yes, looks pretty smoked. That's already up.
That's already up, so check that out. Also, if you are keen, you can watch these. You can watch podcast on Cycle News' YouTube channel, and that's it. We also have updated results on Cycle News every day from the news side of things. There's an ongoing story there. We're going to A1 Supercross today. There's a lot of stuff going on today, Quinn.
Yes, great day. I'm going to be sitting at home watching
Supercross. Good, yes. Good for you. Well, you'll probably see me on TV. I'm going to streak the field.
All right. Watch for Jesse tonight.
Watch for me on Supercross coverage.
It's on early this week, so all you East Coast people, you can watch it it's on 5 Pacific Standard is when it starts.
Yeah. Thank God they started
2 hours early.
Thank goodness. It's past my bedtime otherwise. All right. I think we're out of here. We did a pretty good job today, I think.
Yep.
I give us a solid
good enough.
B+.
Just got to put it all together now.
Yeah. Piece of cake. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Here we have Mason's tires after one single stage, and mind you, only about 100 kilometers of liaison. So not a lot of tarmac.
We should mention that that's a $600 tire combo setup, so it costs a lot of money to go for one day.
Costs a lot of money to go fast, buddy.
Yeah.
Right on.